Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at a pretty cool student project from University that basically turns your regular old security cameras into super smart guards, capable of spotting something very specific in real time.
Okay, let's start with something we all have, our smartphone. It connects us, it keeps us in the loop, it's our everything. But as this slide asks, when does this amazing little gadget become a huge problem? Because in certain places, its very presence can be a serious liability.
Just imagine a classroom during a big exam, or maybe a super secure research lab. In places like that, a phone isn't just a distraction. Nope, it's a real risk, with some pretty heavy, tangible consequences. And we're not just talking about someone losing focus. The stakes are way higher. You've got the very real risk of confidential data getting out or major privacy violations from just one sneaky photo. And in places like factories or industrial sites, a moment of distraction isn't just a mistake, it could be a total disaster. So the big problem here is scale, right? One teacher can't watch every student. One manager can't see everything on the factory floor. They just can't be everywhere at once. So how do you solve this? Well, this is where the tech comes in. So a group of students from University came up with this really smart idea. They thought, hey, instead of hiring more people to watch, why don't we just teach the cameras that are already there what to look for? And to do that, they used this incredibly powerful AI model called YOLO. And the name is perfect. You only look once, because that's its secret weapon. It's built for pure speed, and that's absolutely essential when you're dealing with live video. So here's how to think about it. The old school AI models, they'd look at an image, then look again, kind of piecing it together. Super slow. But YOLO, it takes in the whole picture in one single shot. It's faster, way more efficient, and just perfect for live camera feeds where you can't have any lag. And they didn't just use any version. They used the latest one, YOLO 11. And this thing is a beast. It's not just about, oh, there's an object. It has this really advanced design that lets it understand the whole scene. It can tell different parts of an image apart, track things as they move, and even figure out what a person is doing. Okay, so the model is clearly powerful. But how in the world do you teach a machine to recognize something as specific as a cell phone? Well, it's a really detailed process. First, you gotta gather a ton of data. We're talking thousands and thousands of images. Then comes the really hard part, annotation. This is where a person has to sit down and manually draw a box around every single phone in every single picture. That creates the ground truth for the AI. After all that work, you split the data up, feed it to the model to learn, and then you test it on pictures it's never seen before to see if it actually got it right. And the secret sauce here is variety. It's easy to spot a phone sitting on a clean desk, right? The real test is training an AI that can find a phone in the messy real world, in a dark room, have hidden in someone's hand, or buried in a cluttered background. All right, so the training process sounds impressive, but does it actually work? How well did this thing perform when they really put it to the test? So first, let's just look at the raw power of the model they chose. This graph shows a bunch of different YOLO versions. You've got accuracy going up and speed, or latency, going to the left. The sweet spot is that top left corner. High accuracy, super fast. And would you look at that? The dark blue line, YOLO V11, is just crushing it. Smarter and faster than the rest. Okay, now this is where it gets really good. The students actually trained both an older version and the new YOLO V11 on their phone dataset. And the results? It's not even close. YOLO V11 was better in every single way. It had higher precision, which means when it said, that's a phone, it was almost never wrong. And it had better recall, which means it was much better at finding all the phones in the picture. So what does all that fancy talk boil down to? This one number, 95.4% mean average precision. To put it simply, the model was incredibly accurate. And for a tough job like spotting a small object that's often hidden, like a phone, that's just a fantastic result. Okay, so having a super accurate model is great. That's the brain of the operation. But it's just one piece of the puzzle. How does it plug into a whole monitoring system that actually works from start to finish? Now, this diagram might look a little complicated, but the idea behind it is actually super simple. It's the entire workflow. On the far left, you have the CCTV cameras, just streaming video like they always do. That video gets sent to what they call AI workers.
These are the computers running that YOLO model. The second it spots a phone, bam, it creates a phone usage event.
And that one event kicks off a whole chain reaction. It gets logged, and at the same time, an alert gets sent straight to a dashboard. This means the whole thing is automated. No more security guards staring at a dozen screens all day waiting for something to happen. The system tells you when to pay attention.
But for the team behind this, just finding a phone, that's just step one. They see this as the foundation for something way bigger. Think about future AIs that don't just see objects, but can actually understand what's happening, the actions, the behaviors, the whole context. So, this technology is clearly powerful. It shows we can build systems that enforce our rules with almost perfect efficiency. And that leaves us with one last really important question to think about. As we get better and better at building these tools of enforcement, who should be the one to write the rules?